Hey, what's up guys? It's Scarce here, and today we have a whole bunch of topics to get into. A whole bunch of drama went down in the MTG community. Just kidding, it's one topic, and I bet you already know what it's about. Well, of course, that statement, once again, as always, ruined by the fact that I know sometime in the future I'm going to put a title on this video, and then that's going to ruin it. Oh, it's just such a shame I'm not Casey Neistat or Philip DeFranco, where I put some ridiculous open-ended clickbait BS as a title. You guys won't believe what happened to me today, ... MTG community is doing what? ? Wizards cuts off Modern and kills it permanently with a rusty chainsaw. What happens next will astound you. Well, I guess technically that third idea would kind of still give it away. So that's it. It's over. It's over, everybody. It's over. Take your Affinity deck and burn it. That is completely unrelated to the video. If you run Affinity, burn that thing. That is just a disease. Affinity players are kind of like base players. You know, they're a little different. Sometimes it's like quirky different, but sometimes it's like different bad. But anyway, hey, that's it. It's over. Modern's dead. Wizards killed it. They just announced today they're ending Modern. If you ever play Modern again, they will find you. They will delete your DCI number. They'll reset it to -1,000 Planeswalker points level, whatever the hell. They will also confiscate your entire card collection, and in a very odd decision, they will sign you up for Hearthstone and create you an account. So they will physically force you out of Magic if you ever play Modern again. If you're caught with a Modern deck at a tournament, they will just tase you, just right in the nuts. It's over, Wizards ended it. No more Modern. Sorry guys, bye-bye, end of video. Just kidding, I'm not one of the other idiots on Twitter or YouTube trying to generate drama to get views. Oh, that or making their normal content and just being wrong. So in other words, making their normal content. Wizards is not killing Modern, okay? You guys are killing Modern. Now there's two groups of you guys, and anybody who knows anything about the game is already like, yeah, I know exactly where he's going with this. Obviously, everybody knows what's wrong with Modern. No variety, and the top decks are incredibly annoying and not fun to watch. You know, so nobody wants to watch it be streamed. And then the number two problem, the damn decks haven't changed. It's the same stupid decks over and over and over. And in fact, if you're like, oh, that's more of a 1B, okay. 2 would be the cost of the decks, the cost of the cards. It's skyrocketing. It's at the point where it's encouraging counterfeiting, and that's not good. So now let's think about that for a second. Put yourself in Wizards' shoes, or like sandals, probably. I picture them in sandals. I don't know why. They just kind of seem like they might have that hipster vibe at their company. In fact, there's probably a barefoot guy riding around the office on a unicycle. Oh, and he's probably wearing a t-shirt that says gluten kills, and then he literally does not have celiac disease. So should you keep promoting and having Modern events at a tournament if, you know, nobody wants to watch it? Like, it feels stupid just saying it. Yeah, should they feature and stream 6 hours of a Modern tournament that nobody wants to watch? Yeah, maybe next year instead of the Super Bowl, they'll play soccer. Yeah, they'll just be like, oh, you know, like people want to watch the NFL, you know, World Championship, but, you know, soccer is cool too. We're going to throw up some soccer. Everybody watch soccer. No, you put in front of audiences on screens what the audience wants to watch. Pretty much nobody wants to watch Modern, and I don't mean nobody, literally. I pretty much never do. Neither does anybody on YouTube, so, you know, get out of the comment section. But it's just, oh, Affinity versus Burn, Affinity versus Jund, Affinity versus Infect again. Boy, I wonder who will win the die roll, because it gives them an 85% chance of winning, or whatever the hell it is. It's really quite boring, and if you want some more evidence, the last time I remember people on social media and forums and Twitter and everything just getting nuts about something that happened at a Modern tournament, it was when a mill deck went 8-0 on day one. So people were like, oh my gosh, a deck that, you know, quote, shouldn't have done that well, which, I mean, come on, it's a mill deck. Mill is always an option. Not everybody expects mill. So yes, you could go to a Grand Prix and win with a mill deck. Okay, I don't know why everybody's saying you can't. It's less likely to happen than if you bring Affinity, but it's, you know, not insane. It's not completely out there. It's not like Powerball odds. So people are like losing their damn minds. They're like, oh, what's going to happen to card prices? Is this going to be a new thing? Well, no, the deck isn't even new. I mean, somebody just did well with it. Good for them. By the way, a little side note, that's why when people wait for like one Pro Tour and then they look at the deck list and are like, that's the best deck in Standard. No, once in a while some stuff creeps up to really high ranks just by sheer luck and variance and player skill. Anyway, back to the point. If people are like, oh my gosh, a new deck, and plus, I mean, What happened right before that? Eldrazi. Okay, people had a little bit more of a reason to start talking about that. But even then, I mean, the very first tournament where just one team brought that deck. In fact, I think it was like only 2 or 3 people that brought that deck. Boom, they just swept it, and people like, oh my gosh, and everybody's talking about it. So let's look at the opposite. So a modern tournament happens, and all the top 8 are, what? Jund, Zoo, Infect, and Affinity, or whatever the hell is hot right now. Wow, how exciting. I didn't see it coming. Wow. Nobody wants to watch that because nobody cares. Nobody cares about the results. I mean, the only thing you'd watch for is like the people, if you're rooting for a team or a person, or you just like watching cheaters get caught and, all the drama, and you like laughing at all the mistakes that all the announcers make. I mean, you're a bit of a weird person in that case, but honestly, if you watch it for the fact that it's a modern tournament and you're excited about it, you're almost more strange. But here's the thing, just because they pulled it from Nationals and the World Cup doesn't mean that they're actively trying to diminish the number of players. Because, as I've said a million times, 99% of players who play Magic are never going to show up to a Pro Tour or Grand Prix. So looking at what's happening at the pro scene, it doesn't always reflect what's happening at the local level, for example. So when it comes to like the rest of the game, the rest of the community, the pro scene isn't a good indicator of really anything except for what stupid net deckers are going to copy. But other than that, it's 2 completely different worlds. So the fact that, one is broadcast on Twitch and one is played at your local gaming store in person, they're completely different. I cannot stress that enough because as Wizards has said in their, various explanations really from multiple staff members already, they said, we don't intend to kill Modern. People are interested in it, and so what? We're just not going to show it on camera. We just don't want it at our events because, well, they didn't say this, but because nobody wants to watch it. It's not exciting. It's not new. It's boring. It's repetitive. It's dull. I mean, if you want to attend a large tournament because you want to see if you can win at Modern because it's arguably harder than Standard, okay, I get that. That's like a personal thing, but, like just because you want to go climb Mount Everest doesn't mean you have to bring a camera crew and somebody has to be watching and everybody has to be interested. You do it for you if you're interested. If you just want to play Modern at your local level, you do that for you. Who cares what the rest of the community is doing or what, decisions Wizard makes about something that doesn't even involve you. So I completely agree with the accuracy and the intent of what they're saying, that they're not trying to kill Modern. Anybody can continue playing it. There's nothing stopping them from playing it. Plus, hello, in a month, Modern Masters 3 is coming out, so yeah. So let's talk about the, first or second or 1B or 2C part, subsection 7, whatever the hell I said before. The other problem with Modern, people don't want to play it because they play against the same stupid decks. Well, the pros have said that, and I was referring only to the pro scene. Unless you go to a really weird local gaming store, I doubt the decks that show up are going to be exactly the same as at a GP, for example. I mean, maybe. I mean, if people are really that, into winning and have that much money and you live in that rich of a city, maybe. I mean, maybe everybody's running Affinity and all that crap. But usually it's like, boy, even at my old local gaming store, which is a bunch of try-hard net decking douchebags, I'd say it was 50% top net decks that I've actually heard of, and then 50% really, really intelligently designed, but homemade decks, homebrewed decks. If you go down to what's considered tier 2, which is completely not defined at all, so it's whatever you say it is, there's probably 50 to 100 decks that are competitive. So usually people build them just based on the fact that, they're not absolutely have to win psychopaths. And then, much more importantly, they basically just don't want to spend $1,000 plus on a deck. How rich do you have to be before you drop $1,000 on a deck as opposed to anything else? And I mean anything else. You could get a crappy car for that price. And really, isn't that the final nail in the coffin for net deckers? Back in cons, people who I knew did not have money, just looking at their current car, and I knew where they worked, and I knew how old they were. I looked at what they wore. They did not have money, and they're dropping $1,000 on a deck just so that they can win a couple boosters at F&M. Those people, there's just no two ways about it. They have psychological problems. They have some unhealthy need to be approved and to win because it makes them feel special, and that's the only thing that props up their self-esteem. When I've said that in past videos, I'm not making fun of net deckers. I'm literally stating what is wrong with them mentally. Now, if somebody makes $100,000 a year and, they show up at F&M with a $1,000 deck, whatever. They just have too much damn money. Their car probably costs 50 grand. There's the exception. They might not be that messed up in the head. They might just be that rich. But for the rest of the net deckers, oh my god, do they have mental problems and personality disorders. Don't even get me started. So usually not a high percentage of tier 1 decks that show up locally, so people aren't going to stop playing locally. So let's continue on the whole cost thing now that we're on the topic. I mean, we already got 2 reasons that local Modern and widespread among the whole rest of the planet that's not at large tournaments, why Modern's not dying there. Let's talk about the cost, because that is the one thing that is killing Modern. Because, as people are quitting, it's just like any business. As people stop showing up to your restaurant, your shop, your whatever, I mean, unless you're running like a haircut place where they're going to show up for the next 50 years, you're going to lose customers. People move away, people die. Okay, I guess even a barber shop would lose some money then. You have to continuously replace those people. So if people are quitting Modern, they're selling off their deck because they have medical debt or just whatever, or they are literally dying or moving to a place that doesn't have an LGS, there are slowly less and less and less Modern players. Oh, so we got to replace them. Well, every single, I'll say month even, but for sure year, Modern became more and more and more expensive. Now, Modern Masters 1 helped. Modern Masters 2 kind of helped a little bit. And hopefully MM3 will be insanely aggressive on the reprints, which I think Wizards will go a little hard on that one, yeah. But seriously, I mean, somebody's like, oh, cool, I've been playing, Standard for 6 months, and I want to try Modern. People said Modern is fun. They invited me to, Modern Wednesday or whatever the hell. I want to try it. Oh, what deck should I build? Let's see. This one's 1,000. This one's 400. Okay, no. Yeah, that's not going to happen. I don't have that kind of money. So I would say that describes the vast majority of players. They would have that opinion. Even I didn't like spending the sub 100 on my Modern decks. I mean, come on, I got better crap to spend my money on, like my own medical care, or paying down debts, or saving up for my taxes, or putting it in my savings, or adding it to my IRA, or using it to buy up a whole lot of something at an auction that I resell on eBay. I could think of lots of better uses for money. In fact, just go to a fancy restaurant. I'd put that above Modern, and that's not even durable. Oh, you guys know I pretty much hit up the old dirty Chinese buffet all the time, but still, once in a while, you got to go to a Red Lobster or something. So yeah, I mean, the high price tag that's getting worse and worse and worse over time is killing Modern because people are just not able to buy into it. They either don't want to or they physically can't because of the amount of money they own. So mostly worldwide, Modern is not dying because of the 2 reasons I stated before. It's, so what? They pulled it from a tournament that nobody cares about, whatever. It's not streaming, who cares? People are going to play it if they want to play it. But the increasing cost to build the decks, it's the same reason that the Eternal formats are dead, except for Commander. Nobody has $40,000 sitting around to build a deck. Nobody. Okay, it's like a couple dozen people, maybe. I mean, nobody is that interested in old school Magic and has the funds. Those people just don't exist. So if Modern is slowly moving towards there, we could look right into the future. Look at Vintage and Legacy. There you go. And yeah, I know there's some $1,000 Vintage and Legacy decks. In fact, I think there's some below that. But, competitively is what I'm saying. Really good popular decks. I mean, I could probably put together a $20 Modern deck and it would be kind of good and kind of okay. Some kind of Red Devotion or something. Who can think of a Red Devotion card that's worth a lot besides Nykthos? Technically not even red, by the way. I could get that done for pocket change, but as soon as I play white, I want a Path to Exile. As soon as I play black, I want, I'd say a Fatal Push, but, come on, $20 for a set. If I'm playing black, though, I might want a Liliana. Oops, that's $100. And then you can either build a quite literally worse deck. It's not like, oh, I want to try something different. No, you want to try something better. You just don't have the money for that one card. And then you got to go with a second-rate card, and that's annoying. So people, they have options. It's just no matter how you swing it, how you look at it, it drives people away, the cost. So what's Wizards doing about it? Printing Modern Masters 2017. I had to think about what year it is for a second there. It's been one of those days, okay? Haven't been sleeping much lately. Those take a couple, top-of-the-line cards, really high-priced cards, and make them slightly more available and maybe put a tiny dent in their price. That's why they really shouldn't be shifting rares over to Mythic, and, they should just eliminate Mythic for the whole set, but they never do that. Drop every existing Mythic down to rare and then print the rares at rare. I mean, that's what I'm saying, but they'd never do it. But then some staples, like we're talking, I don't know, like Dismember maybe would be a good example. It's not like I tracked the prices of these cards, but, certain stuff. Mana Leak, I believe, went down when they reprinted it. We're talking like some of these cards go down 4-1. Like they went from $4 to $1. That's a lot more accessible. And some of them go from like $10 down to, $1 to $2. That helps out a lot. I mean, it really, really, really does. So some people can't see past the whole, Wizards greed. Wizards just wants more money. Well, flip it over to the flip side, back in reality here, because yeah, they do want more money. I get it, but they're also printing something that people badly want and need, and the only people that they're, affecting negatively are the owners of large quantities of the cards. I mean, one guy with one deck might get pissed off if one card goes drastically down, but he's going to continue to keep and play with the deck. I mean, it's not like he was really going to sell it. The value of a deck only matters when you go to sell it. It's just like a stock. If the value went way up, then way down, then way up, you didn't win or lose anything. But the people, who are just douchebag investors with millions of dollars that are like, I bought up just about every copy of, blah card that exists. I'm the king of the Lilianas. Look at me. Everybody who wants a Liliana has to come through me and they have to pay. That type of person. And then they go print Liliana, like print another 10,000 copies or 100,000 copies worldwide, and then they lose 50% of their value. Oops, it affects those people. Oh no, world's smallest violin. I'm shedding a tear right now. You just can't see it. The other 99% of people who actually want to play the damn game, they get a benefit out of it. So overall, I'd say Modern Masters is a very positive product, and it's the only reason that the whole price barrier thing is also not necessarily killing Modern. So there you go. The 3 reasons that Modern is dying really just prove that Modern isn't dying. All that this announcement and the changes prove is that nobody wants to watch other people play Modern. And let me just tell you, okay, I'm 29, so no big surprise here. I don't like watching other people play video games. I'd rather play the video games. I don't even understand Twitch as a concept. I don't even understand what is wrong with the brains of like stupid 12-year-olds that are just like, I like watching this guy play Minecraft. This is so awesome. They sit there for like an hour watching some idiot scream into a mic like a complete moron. I have an idea. Pick up your mouse and keyboard and go play Minecraft your damn self. I don't get why you'd want to watch somebody else do it when you could do it. I mean, I'd go on the TV and watch other people play football because I can't go play pro football, but if I could, I would prefer that to watching it. I love how people always compare it to that. They're like, how could you watch other people play Minecraft and Call of Duty when you could just play it? And then they sit down on the couch and go watch, sports. Yeah, we can't just go and play in the NFL, but everybody would get off their couch and go do that and turn off the TV if they could. So the little analogy / joke / comic strip kind of falls apart. So in keeping with that logic, just because people don't want to watch on stream people play Modern doesn't mean they don't want to participate in Modern. I mean, half the time I'm screaming at the screen saying, you made the wrong move, idiot, or oh my gosh, you should have played this card first or whatever. I could do so much better than that person. And okay, given the circumstances and how long they've been awake and the travel and the jet lag and the foreign country and the visa and maybe possible food poisoning, whatever else is going on, I don't know what situation they're in. Okay, I shouldn't be saying that, but still, watching some of these matches is pretty cringy, and I keep thinking, boy, I want to try that. I could do better than this person. I mean, who doesn't say that, whether it's true or not? I mean, come on. Half the time I'm watching the World Series of Poker, I'm like, don't you dare call that bet, but I've got a little bit more information than them. Doesn't mean I'm right, but I still say it. I still sit there and think I could do better than him, but yeah, I'm not going to be at the World Series of Poker anytime soon because I can't be bothered to, learn the game to that extent. I'm fine just using math to rip off the casino every month. That's fine with me. So if you're going to take away one thing, it's just Wizards has discovered that nobody gives a crap about Modern streaming, but Modern itself is quite popular. In fact, the last I heard from limited financial reports that they released and stuff, Modern is going up. It is going far up in popularity. In fact, I would say it's exploding in popularity. The only thing holding it back is the repetitive decks, and like I said, at the local level, not as big of a problem at the pro level, which nobody wants to watch anyway, so it's kind of fitting. So everybody stay calm. Modern is not dying anytime soon. I mean, it's whether everybody on Earth stops playing except for your playgroup at your LGS, who cares? I mean, it doesn't affect anything. Keep playing. You can do whatever you want. You could play a game where everybody has 10 mana every turn and you take all the lands out of your deck. Like, Wizards can't stop you from doing that. You could play tiny leaders if for some reason you wanted. What you should be playing is giant leaders, my new format. Look it up on my channel. It's quite awesome. And yes, to the hundreds of people asking me, am I going to do more coverage of it or build a deck or show off a deck tech or hold a tournament with it? Yeah, probably, but I've been busy. So play whatever you want. Modern isn't dying. Even if it does, there's nothing stopping you from playing it. Everybody calm the hell down. I'm glad they're not showing it on stream. They would be losing viewers left and right. I mean, it's just something nobody wants to see, and they made the proper decision. That's really the end of it. I still think just as a whole, Modern sucks and they need to bring back Extended though. So FYI, if you're wondering what I thought about it. I'll see you guys next video.